Welcome back to Good Day State Line. Today, we're checking in with Bill Pratt, the president and CEO of Wesley Willows. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good. How have you been?
I have been good, and I would tell you today, since the start of the CV-19 lockdown, this was the best day of all. Today, we decided to have a graduation ceremony for all of our employees who graduated from high school or college. And we
I
had
love that.
17 people, did it out in the front parking lot, social distancing, just such a fun thing. Families were invited. And I could see as the graduates came up to receive a gift from us, they had tears in their eyes, and the families were crying too, because this is something they just missed out on.
So tell me a little bit about how Wesley Willows has been handling the quarantine, the COVID-19 crisis, and how safety concerns have changed.
I think that's really a good question. And really, as many people experienced, we really had to get up to school. What on earth is this? So we had to learn about the virus and all the implications. And one of the things that I think was probably most difficult from the get-go was we were dealing with 4 different regulatory agencies, and one would say one thing, another would say something different. And so we had to just kind of pull all those together and say, okay, what are the regulations, the things you must do, and what are the guidelines, which are essentially suggestions? When it comes to guidelines, that really gave us the opportunity to bring people together and study the guidelines. How does that apply to the residents of Wesley Willows? How does that apply to the staff of Wesley Willows? And we actually brought together a coronavirus 19 squad, a response team. And so the 4 of us, it's the director of nursing, the administrator, the chief operating officer, and myself. We meet 3 times a week just to see what has changed from day to day. And that's on two different points. First point is what regulations or suggestions have come up, and then how are our folks doing, the residents and the staff. We have weekly communications with the residents and the staff about how we're doing.
So right now, no visitors are allowed at Wesley Willows?
Correct. And one of the things that we have adapted to is, obviously, we have a lot of Zoom calls between residents and their families, which is really great. But another area, and other places are doing this as well, but the window visits.
Yeah.
I was on the other side of the campus yesterday afternoon, and over in the health center, I saw a family at one window with their relative, and then about 2 rooms down, there was another family keeping social distancing, but that safety barrier for the residents and the family. And that is the final deal. Let's create a safe place for our residents to live, safe place for our staff to work.
So what does the future look like for Wesley Willows, both to have visitors in and then also for new residents, or when is that going to be a discussion that you have 3 times a week, Bill?
Well, let me answer your last question first, because that is one of those things that we talk to our colleagues in the industry, and some people were going pretty slow with new admissions. I would tell you we have never stopped admitting people.
Okay.
We just felt that all of the guidelines that we have internally set up, all the protocols we have established, really has allowed us to have you come, move here, and do that in a safe way. The other thing is that I was talking to our sales and marketing director, and since this started, and we're just going to use March 1st, we have probably had between 10 and 15 people move to Wesley Willows, and 10 or 15 people who have made a commitment to move to Wesley Willows.
Awesome.
So life goes on. But again, it's based on the fact that we are all over this every day, making sure it's safe. How are things going to unfold in the future? The national literature tells us that everything that reopens across the country, congregate living organizations, senior living organizations are probably going to be a minimum of 14 days behind that.
Okay.
And to me, that is a built-in safety issue. And if it's 14 days according to the government, that means it could be 21 days,
Right.
28 days on the Wesley Willows or Peters Meadows campuses, because we take this so very seriously.
We are actually going to talk to you again soon. So
Yes.
we'll know how this unfolds as you learn how Wesley Willows can continue and have visitors and how everything will change. So for anyone who wants more information on the facilities or moving in, where can they go?
They should go to www.wesleywillows.org, to our website, or they can call 815-316-6001.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Bill.
Thanks for getting together, and look forward to our next session.
Yeah, Bill, we'll talk to you soon. Coming up next, this is so cool. We're getting the chance to talk with the CEO of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame about how you can check out historic Hall of Fame performances from your couch and when the museum will open. And later, Anita Michelle is surprising someone you probably know really well with a massive gift. But first, we're celebrating your birthdays. On Friday, my sister-in-law Erin celebrated her birthday, and so did Michelle Gordon, one of the most creative moms in Rockford during this quarantine. This coming Wednesday, Liz and her twin will be celebrating. And on Friday, a huge happy birthday to Marissa. Send us your birthday shout-outs on the Good Day Stateline Facebook page or send an email to gooddaystateline@wtvo.com. We'll be right back.